Hey guys, I hope we're doing well. Today I'm going to talk about some signs that life could be becoming pretty chaotic due to addiction. Hello mate. And these are things that just creep up on you over time. Now, the first thing is unpaid bills. And this is definitely the case when things like cocaine are involved. I'm not talking about paying your cocaine bill. I'm talking about not paying regular, normal bills that come up weekly, monthly, rent, rates. All this stuff starts to be forgotten about because your priorities are funding addiction. And something that I noticed, months would go by, letters would start to pile up, owed more and more money all the time. And before you know it, you can be hundreds or even thousands of pounds in debt. And this is a sign that addiction could really be starting to take hold and you need to take some action. So that's the first thing. Financial consequences, unpaid bills. Second thing I would say is when your living environment becomes really chaotic. And what I mean by that is you start to neglect basic kind of standards of living. I remember going back 16 months when I was still stuck in addiction. I just didn't care about living environment. I just lived in a mess, untidy place, no organisation, didn't really care at all. Whereas now I take quite a lot of pride in living in a clean, nice environment. You're stuck in addiction, that stuff tends to go out the window, especially when you're going on benders, 2-3 day benders, because all you end up caring about the following week is just catching up on sleep, eating, and generally just been pretty unproductive. So that could be another sign that life is becoming pretty chaotic due to addiction. Now, another thing I would say, a sign that life could be becoming very chaotic, is risky decisions. And this is something that tends to happen when you're stuck in addiction, especially when cocaine is involved, because you tend to make pretty bad decisions on cocaine. You tend to think more about the short term, not really long-term consequences. Tend to make rash, reckless decisions instead of thinking things through. Or maybe I shouldn't do this, that's not a good idea. All that goes out the window when alcohol and cocaine are involved. So if you're finding yourself maybe starting to make more reckless type of decisions, then that could be a sign that things are becoming pretty chaotic and it's time to take a little bit of action towards getting clean and sober. Another thing I would say, a sign that life's becoming chaotic, is when basic responsibilities start to just go by, they slip up, you don't end up doing what you say you're going to do. You don't turn up to appointments. You miss maybe clients you're meant to be working with. You don't show up to something that you've said you would. You become extremely unreliable. And that is something that happened to me during addiction. couldn't rely on myself for anything. No one could rely on me for the most basic of things, because I'd just be all over the place, forgetting appointments, not showing up an hour late, just totally unorganized. And that is another sign that life could be becoming very chaotic due to addiction. And the thing with all of these things that I've spoken about, it's stuff that slowly creeps up. It's not like you start using and all this stuff happens straight away. It builds up and progresses over time, and before you know it, got a very serious problem. So if any of those things, guys, if they resonate at all, please leave a comment. If you're on your own journey at the moment, getting yourself clean and sober, I have massive respect for you, because it's an incredibly tough thing to do. If you're interested in addiction recovery content and rebuilding after addiction, hit subscribe. I'm going to be posting content 2 to 3 times a week. Thanks so much for listening, guys. Have a great week.